Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time, we formed the autocratic monarchy government type here in Britannia, and we did a little bit of the initial round of government sort of upheavals to get everything back in order. A bunch of characters got booted out of office, and disloyalty abounds. In fact, it's actually become a bit of a problem. You see here, we are above the threshold for the power base of our disloyal subjects, and a civil war will actually break out in about 2 years, a little bit less than 2 years, in fact. That's a problem. We definitely cannot afford a civil war right now, right after we formed our monarchy. That would destabilize things quite a bit. It would certainly not be good for our legitimacy. And the big problem characters for our loyalty for our civil war situation is Inimicus Urcus and Britawenda Kalata. I guess they are problematic in a loyalty sense as well. These are the two characters with by far and away the most power base, so we need to try and deal with that. So, Britawenda Kalata, what is her problem here? Let's see here. So, we were purging the Kalatii. We probably purged her. When did we revoke the free hands? Why did I do that? Okay, I'm not sure why I revoked free hands if I'd given them to her, but... We could try to reduce her power base by imprisoning her. The tyranny is not a huge deal at all, although we did get a lot of tyranny during the purge, but not a huge problem. This would upset her, quote-unquote. If we fail to convict, she may seek to start a civil war. I wonder if that means she'll just contribute to the normal chance to start a civil war, or will she, in a separate manner, attempt to start a civil war? What kind of power bases are we dealing with here? Where do I see that? Power base 15. And then for reference, Donwan's power base is 47. And the probably loyalist Keltrim has power base of 6. So this character's power base, not you. This could be an issue. Let's see here. Loyal veterans. Let me do something really quick. Let me actually raise the levy. Just for a moment. And let's see here. Oh, I have some new options now that I am a monarchy. I can do the Anabasis, which would cost 15 political influence, increase the loyalty in the province. That's actually kind of handy. We'll keep that in mind. Oh, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't need to have the levy raised. Let's disband them. Yeah, that's fine. 4 months, not a big deal. What I need to do is actually go to the character screen. I wanted to pay off the veterans, but I need to do it through this interface here. Reward veterans. Okay, so 176 gold to reduce her power base from the 4 cohorts or veterans, which just means cohorts that are no longer kind of out and about loyal to this character. So here's what will happen if we pay off the veterans and spend this money. This will reduce her power base. It won't necessarily improve her loyalty because her big power base is only one of the many things she has a grievance with us over. But what it would do is it would make her way less dangerous, because then she can't call upon those veterans if there is a civil war. So let's go ahead and start. This is part of the purge, basically, part of the transition of state from a chiefdom to a monarchy. We have to dish out the big bucks, to make sure people are fine with what's going on. So let's reward the veterans. Let's see how this affects her. It's a little unclear if the power base was affected at all, but either way, this does help secure our army a little bit. So who else has veterans that we should worry about? Probably, let's see, so you're the researcher. You probably don't have any veterans. No, I didn't think so. Inimicus Urcus, though, absolutely has veterans. Oof, that's a lot of money, but I think because now that we are a monarchy and these various clan chiefs are now just heads of families and are not actually, technically speaking, in the government by default, we can probably get away with these sorts of maneuvers. That's the big difference as well. Is back in the chiefdom style government, these clan chiefs were heads of they were shared heads of state. They were guaranteed generals in the army. Now everyone has to actually be given a position by me, which means I have a lot more control over keeping pesky characters out of positions of power. So I've just basically spent some money to pay off the veterans of our tribal days, if that makes sense. Okay, so we know we're going to make our way with the PI to get this stuff. That's fine. So the succession situation, we're going to have to deal with this now, I think. So I've thought it over, and the honest truth is I'm actually fine with Kiltrum being the primary heir. It secures his loyalty. I'm a little worried that if he wasn't the primary heir, if we changed it away. And he is submissive, and he has a lot of other bonuses. He's a monarchist sort of supporter, so I think it'd be fine if we kind of disinherited him or shifted our... Well, there's actually a word for what I'm trying to say, the mechanic. Anointed? There we go. If we anointed a different character than him, I think he'd still probably be pretty loyal. But our other alternatives is the very disloyal Inimicus Urcus, this character, Britta Wenda, who also is disloyal, and Brennus Duicus, who is this character? Brennus Duicus. Your name seems familiar. I should know who this is. He's in the Dewikai family. This guy's not very good, though. He's only 0662. Honestly, Kiltrum at 6666 is a very balanced character. Yes, he is not as good as Donwyn, but almost no one is going to have as good of stats just total as Donwyn. So this should be fine. We don't honestly need a super good martial leader right now. Having some good sort of peacetime stats is also certainly fine. So all that being said, I think we will stick with Kiltrum. He is older than Donwyn, so there's a good chance he'll just die before she dies, and someone else will be kind of picked. Who's the next likeliest? So Kiltrum is extremely likely with his enormous amount of supporters, but all these supporters, of course, will resend their support to somebody else when he dies. So we'll see who it is. I'm kind of hoping it's not either of you two, because you're super disloyal. But if you become loyal, then your loyalty issues won't be necessarily a issue. We can also pay off the veterans loyal to Kiltrum. I think as we get money, we will continue to pay off veterans. Now, going forward, only the general of the levy is likely to get people loyal to them, so we can effectively systematically purge our army of its various split loyalties to members of the clan chiefs from before, back when they were retinues of the chiefs. Now, our levy is actually loyal to the state, and therefore, this is sort of an extension of the purge. We're purging all the loyalty to non-Donwyn characters, to put it plainly. So that's our succession situation. Let's go ahead and unpause and see where things go. We have about a year before we get our claim on Brigantia, which our non-aggression with them, I think, is over. Yeah, they have non-aggression with the northern people, or I have non-aggression with them, rather. Not them, because oh, interesting. Oh, what's this? The Orgatoris family have for a long time been an integral part of the internal politics of our kingdom, but where they once drove innovation and exemplified civic duty, they have over time increasingly become associated with complacency and misuse of the authority which they hold by tradition. At this point, few would consider the Orgatorid lineage particularly notable. What? All the characters of the fallen family will remain in Britannia. They will now be considered minor characters. This is happening because your country has more great families than the current rank allows? Really? No way. The Orgator... Kiltrum? What? What's going to happen to my succession? He's a minor character now? Good lord, I wasn't expecting this. And that was the family that had, all the other minor characters in them. Wow. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. Well, this makes things very interesting all of a sudden, because they were the monarchist loyalists. That was the family I was planning on being the backbone of the new state, but yikes. That does not help. That does not help our civil war situation here either, because now all of those super loyal Orgatorids are no longer really contributing as much to the power base. So this is getting more severe, and the time limit has reduced. We have to start taking some actions here. So I think some bribes may have to go out, even though I don't want to use the political power. This is a situation I got to take care of here. So let's see. I should have probably made some of these former clan chiefs officers in my nation, shouldn't I? I could still actually do that. Hold on. What's your marshal? Oh, your marshal's terrible. Ugh. What about either of you? Your marshal's okay. And your marshal is okay. You're the researcher already, though. Could I give you the free hands? That would fix things. But the, I think I revoked free hands because I was worried about corruption. This is really costing me a lot. Yeah, look at this. Segowax? Yeah, Dewey Kiss. It's paying so much. How much corruption does this person have? What in the world? You have no corruption at all. You're just worth that much? 1 point whatever gold per turn to be the Chancellor? I don't know about that. Yikes. Jeez. Alright. How much corruption do I actually have here? Is there a way I can see this? Is there a filter for corruption? It's sort by corruption. Oh my god, what? Who are you? Wait, are these all characters in the game? Yeah, don't don't show me all characters. Own nation, there we go. It's like, who has 100 corruption? Okay, so there's some pretty severe corruption around here. Yikes. Yeah, look at that. Monthly wages. Are you employed by the state? I hope not. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, you're the researcher, though. That's why your loyalty is so bad. Your corruption is out of control. I can't afford to give this guy free hands. That would destroy my economy. Recently convicted. This is the guy that I released out of prison. That's right. Yeah, no wonder he is unhappy. Well, his power base is barely anything, so I'm actually fine with him staying unhappy. Yeah. Your power base is more substantial. Your power base is more substantial. Inimicus. Can I give you a position in the state? I need a finesse position. Oh god, politics. Back when we were a tribe, things were so much simpler. These are both really good positions here. I can afford to give up this guy the physician. Sorry, my friend. Inimicus. This is a bit of a retirement position, but you're fairly qualified. There we go. Alright, 39. That's a lot better. He's a pretender, though. That's the big issue. Alright, now I can bribe you, though, now that you're in office. Dawnwind getting 1 corruption, that's fine. This will improve the loyalty. Alright. There goes Inimicus. Now the civil war is a lot less dire. No risk of civil war. Okay, that's what I want to see. Yeah, we're fine. So now, also our navy is finished. Very good. And I kind of want to wait until the succession to start thinking about a permanent admiral and whatnot. During peacetime, I don't need there to be an admiral, but it might be something worth considering. Who's kind of on the block right now? Anyone who's really good at naval stuff? Ooh. Well, actually, hold on. Tetrere and Hexareme. I don't think I have either of those types of ships. We've got Hexeres and Liburnians, but not those two, so you're not actually super qualified. Anybody else? No, not really. Okay, you're pretty good. Well, not Keltrup. That's right. The Aura Master, I remember. But you probably are going to be the king, so... Or maybe not, I guess we'll see. Essentially look and see. What does it say now? Keltram's still the likely successor. I mean, to be fair, all of his prominence came from back when he was a chief, and him being a minor character now doesn't matter at all. I could adopt... Oh, this is actually really interesting. I could adopt Keltram into the royal family to get, in a kind of roundabout way, ensure that the succession is within the Diwikai... or Diwika? What's my family name? the Diwikai line. Now that he's a minor character, I can kind of pull that off. This would be a pretty ballsy move politically, as he is the main kind of second in charge of the nation, at least kind of in a de facto way. But this would bring... Well, his power base is actually not that big now. Oof. But he has big prominence, right? Mostly that's from the primary heir, though. He's fallen from grace, oh yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If I bring him in, what happens to his children? Because they're also minor characters. Do they come with him? I'm not entirely sure. Let's see what this looks like, though. I'd lose legitimacy for doing this, of course. He'd gain of humble origins, popularity, but lower prominence. Lose prestige in the Diwikai family, who has a lot of prestige, so that wouldn't be a huge problem. Lose about 10% prestige. Legitimacy, mostly this is from the stability. Stability will get better, though. I don't know exactly what this will accomplish. I'll admit that. This is a little bit of a wild idea, but this is too interesting an opportunity since he's unexpectedly no longer in a major family. Alright, by taking in Keltram as a member of the royal family, we have no doubt done him a great favor. Shall he be allowed to change his last name? I could make him change his name. Keltram Orgatorus? Well, you know what? The Orgatorii name, for reasons that I don't really understand, is no longer considered of great prominence, but the Diwikai name is considered of great prominence. So Keltram, you have been a good friend / near rival for the entire game, stealing all my victories, marching my armies instead of me for no reason, and now, as your reward for, good lord, 42 years of loyal service, I'm going to strip you of your own last name and make you my adopted son? Something like that. Okay, let's take a look now at what's going on here. So, Keltram Diwikus, the cursed heir, is now in place here. Yeah, so looks like his wife took the name, or unless he married a Diwika before, which may have been the case. You two are... Let's actually check this. So, Belowissus and Aristiowissus. Let's take a look here in the family. Let's see here. So here's Keltram. I don't think they're here. Yeah, they don't have the Diwika name. So his children didn't follow him into the family. That's fine, honestly. I just sort of did this to see what would happen. But now Keltram is in the family, which means if nothing else changes, our likely successor is going to be in our family, which should have probably been like that already, but this is going to ease the transition from tribe to monarchy to have the natural tribal successor happen to fit the monarchy succession system a little better. So I can do things like increase legitimacy, extra tyranny for political influence. I actually think I will get this. Let's see, this is for 5 years. That helps a lot to offset our low stability, and as our stability rises up, this will take care of itself. So I will click that, and now I have to wait until that's sort of the cooldown is over before I do that sort of thing again. Now, in terms of other things I can do, I can hold games for money. So Britannia and also Donwyn lose money. Donwyn gets popularity. I think after the succession, I may need to do this because I think Keltram will start off at pretty low pop. Well, he's pretty popular right now. Could spend political influence to get bonuses in the whole nation. All right, that looks pretty solid. Summon the War Council, we know what that does, and demand oaths of allegiance. All right, handy to know that we can do that. Okay, all this stuff is going to cost way too much political influence. Let's not worry about that. Yeah, so we'll just continue along here. Whew. All right, things are looking pretty good. We're just waiting until the near the end of this month when the mission completes and we can start to make some war preparations. Also, I think since Keltrim is now the designated heir, it's not as big of a deal if he has loyal veterans. I'll be honest. Even though it may be better, even when he is the king, for them to not be loyal to him, it's not going to be that bad. So I'm glad I didn't end up paying for his veterans already. It's totally fine. All right, this all looks fine. Yeah. Looking good so far. We're going to get the acclaim. So Votodinia, Caledonia, and Texalia. I think those are just the three. Yeah, so these are the three kind of Caledonian regions. Brennus Diwicus died of dysentery at the age of 71. He was a pretender to become king. Was he? I don't remember him being on the list. He was a member of my family. I'm not entirely sure where he fit in, but in this game, the family house or whatever, it's a lot more disorganized than in like Crusader Kings 3 or whatnot. It's not that everyone in the house is related to you. It's just like your family, and then all of your kind of retainers are all in there together. So he was just a member of the household in some capacity. All right. How does this affect the succession situation? Not much. Looks like a lot of his supporters went over to Keltrim. I mean, he was a member of the Diwicca family, so it kind of makes sense that they would switch over to the other member who is a pretender. So that's handy. Who else do we have here? So we've still got Inimicus down here. We got Segowax Diwicus, and also Ande Combogius Diwicus, who... These are all just various family members. So looks like the Diwicca family is taking more and more of a role in becoming successor, or rather pretenders to the succession. That's good to see. This is how it probably should be in a monarchy. So still not sure why it's not just a primogenitor, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. All right, so Inimicus, I need your loyalty to... Actually, no, hold on, not you. Yeah, I'm not going to ever have your loyalty be fixed. That's fine. The Colatii family will just permanently be upset no matter what I do. Are you scorned? Wait a moment. 1 out of 2. I think I'm scorning this family by accident. Am I? Wait, hold on. No, I don't think I am. It says 1 out of 2, though. Okay, let me fix this, actually. I think this changed when the Orgatorii were wiped from the face of our administration for some reason. All right, who are we dealing with here? You've got good zeal. These both have good zeal, though. Let's replace the Diwicca. All right, Adiatuanus Calatus, you can come on in. All right. And who was the other family? The Welbii. All right. Who's our weak link? Welbii. Anybody? Seven martial. That's fine. All right. Anarostes. Well, actually, hold on. No, you're the highest marshal, so that's fine. And while we're thinking about it, let's go back over to the researchers. What do we have here? 8 marshal, 10. Yeah, that's fine. 10, 9. Is this the best marshal I have in the whole nation? I have 8 marshal. 10 marshal with Lucenius Orgatorus, but he's very old. I really don't have anyone else like with 9 martial. No one anywhere. All right, I guess that's that. I'm looking around for who might be a good general, because I'll have to actually assign a general. Oh, here we go. The court speaks. Rhetoric and debate have raged for a full year, but the court of Britannia has reached a final stance on the matter of Caledonia. Drawing a sharp breath, the herald recites, "Protect the weak of Caledonia." I noticed I didn't get any of those events where this is decided. I guess the game just decided for me that I have a a diplomatic attitude here. All right, that's fine. So now we have our claim on Brigantia. That's handy. Oops, we could just declare war. So in a twist, they've actually allied their former enemies Taxalia and Carnonakia. This is handy because this gives me an excuse to actually just fight all of them at once. Yes, my friendship with the northern Caledonian tribes has faded away rather quickly, and now they are ready to fight me. But would this count as me breaking the truce, though? I don't think so. I think declaring war on them directly breaks the truce. Let's see. I can't even do it. Yeah, because my opinion of them is too high. I think doing it this way is fine. Let's take Votidinia. I think this won't create any problems with those truces. If it were to, my stability would be in serious trouble. But going into a war right now might be the exact thing I need to get my nation up and about, give us something to do. However, to do that, I first needed to figure out my army structure situation. Who are going to be my generals? I could pick the most competent, but since I don't really have any standout, like 11 martial characters, let's look instead at doing it a little bit more politically. This is what I love about playing post-tribal, is once you're playing as a monarchy, or especially a republic, all of your decisions like this are all about the politics of your nation. You have to think politically here. Now, who would be a solid leader here? Now, Inimicus, who I want to keep happy, I also don't want him to get power base. So actually what I should do, I should actually pay off his veterans, shouldn't I? I can't afford... Wait, hold on. Oh, I need to... Oh, he has more than 4. Okay, so actually, those people with loyal veterans probably have way more than just 4 veterans, don't they? We'll revisit that later. Let's look at our succession situation. I think what I need to do here, I need to find somebody in the Dewicka family, the Dewicki family, and basically groom them for command. Find someone who I want to be a prominent character in the next 50 years, probably a young person, and who is good martial, and make them the general of the levy, and then another sort of secondary person who can be the admiral of the navy. And we'll do it like that. Try and keep it in the family so they can have good... So they can start to gain loyalty from the troops, they can start to gain prominence and popularity from their wartime antics, and they can become future good successors for after Keltrum, who I'm definitely going to presume will be the successor for now. But Keltrum's pretty old too, and he won't be around for much longer after Donwyn, and so whoever I try and kind of get ready and sort of prepare for command may or may not be ready by the time Keltrum is dying, but let's take a look and see what we have here. Okay, so Andy Combokius Dewicus is, I think, the current religious researcher, but he is 7 martial, so that's a good start. He's 43, though. He might be a little too old. Maybe someone a bit younger. 4 martial, no. 2 martial, good lord, no. 4 martial, no. 4 martial, oh my gosh. Do I have no one? How about I adopt somebody? What about that? Someone who's not in the great family. Let's take a look at the options here. So this old guy is the current marshal. So these are the various characters. Let's see, you're 38, 28. Okay, that's looking a little better. 27, 54. Anyone really, really young? 27-year-old. So who are you? Bjorix? I'm going to go with Bjorix. Bjorix Orgatoris. Wait, actually, you're Inimicus Orgatoris's, hold on. I'm just kidding. I'm going to get lost in these menus if I don't do anything about this. So you're an Orgatoris. You're formerly of the Orgatorii who have been disbanded as a house, whatever. Let's take a look at your traits. So you're a founder, so that's a good start. You're intelligent. You're greedy. That's fine in a monarchy. You're depressed. It is what it is. And you're deceitful. Ooh. Well, you know what? I can afford to do this adoption. Now I'm going to adopt this character and really heavily lean on this character to become an important character in the Diwikai family. And this is just because my actual family currently has a lack of competent generals. Now, you're not actually very qualified in the charisma situation. This is an extremely uncharismatic man with a mustache like that. I don't know who wouldn't, be persuaded by you. But your finesse is okay. Your zeal is a little above average, and your martial is a little above average. But you know what? This is the best we can do. Actually, I just can't justify grooming someone with less than 5 martial for future greatness. I think we're going to have to really kind of pick from the Orgatorii characters here. So we're going to go ahead, just do this. That's fine. We're going to have you adopt the Diwikai name. There we go. So Boyrix Diwikis, you are now in our family. Very good. What's your loyalty like? Your loyalty is really good. That makes sense. The nice thing too is all the Orgatorii are all monarchist supremacists, so they're going to be very loyal, so that's handy. So let's go ahead and declare the war and raise the levy and place him in charge of the army, which we'll do now. So let's go ahead and declare the war on Brigantia. We're going to take Wotodinia, or Votodinia, whatever you want to call it. All right. Okay, the Britannia local power of Brigantia, Texalia, and Carnonakia have all rallied together to defend in this war. Here we go. What am I looking for here? Military. Raise the levy. Oh, right. Donwan's in charge because it's the levy. Totally forgot. That's fine. Donwan is fine to be in charge. What we'll do is actually have that character lead the navy. So let's, here he is. Boyrix Diwikis. Let's go ahead and place him in charge of the navy. There we go. Now we're going to have to do some of this. So let's get that modified. Get this modified. Fort maintenance was placed up by going to war. That's fine. And because we're in wartime, let's cut back on the wage bonuses. We can try and fight that corruption a bit later. I think most of the characters. Let's actually look at that again. Turn that off. Nation sort by corruption. Yeah, this stuff is pretty severe, but it's because they're crafty, that's why. Yeah. So actually putting aside crafty characters and this one extremely corrupt character, it's mostly okay. We'll deal with that in peacetime, but our economy is looking like that, all right? This is I think now that I am no longer a tribe, I will actually cut down to default taxation because the 20% research points now actually does matter a little bit. So let's cut back on that. All right. And now that things are about to start happening, that will be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching this second sort of transitionary episode. But as you see, the internal politics of a monarchy are a lot more complex and way more involved than the sort of hands-off chiefdom style of government. So I hope that you're enjoying this as much as I am. Next time, we will begin our first war outside of Britannia into Caledonia. We're going to take over Albion. Not going to be able to get Perfidious Albion. There's no way we're going to get to it by 500, but we will be working our way towards forming Albion probably in the first half of the 500s AVC. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.